Hello everyone, and welcome back to our weekly series of Is the Shrine Worth It? The series where we have a look at the perks and the Shrine secrets and see if they're really worth your 2,000 iridescent shards each. Unfortunately, this week we have an incredibly underwhelming and really quite terrible shrine. I'm going to give this one a solid 3 out of 10. It is unbelievably bad. We have perks from Ashley, the Hag, Wraith and Meg. Those perks are Buckle Up, Devour Hope, Predator and Quick and Quiet. The reason why this shrine is so unbelievably bad is because we have 2 of the base game characters in the shrine. That means that you can unlock the perks in the shrine from both the Wraith and Meg for absolutely free, and behaviour is trying to bait you into using your shards. On top of that, Hag is one of the oldest characters in the game that you can buy, and it's just actually cheaper to buy her in full and get all 3 of her perks than it is to touch anything in the shrine. Finally, the only thing that's actually worth anything in the shrine is the perk Buckle Up from Ashley. That's because it's the only licensed perk in the whole shrine. Whether all of these perks are crap or not to pick up and worth your shards or not, I'm still going to go through them, I'm still going to explain what they do, because although they are really bad to be in the shrine, they are actually really good perks, so let's go over them. Let's start with the survivor perks first. Our first survivor perk is Quick and Quiet. The vault and hide actions, noise detection, and audio range is reduced by 100%. This effect can only be triggered once every 15 seconds. This is what it looks like in game. Quick and Quiet is definitely an 8 out of 10 perk in terms of its strength. It is really strong, makes you much more annoying when you are being chased by a killer, and overall lets you escape chases very quick. Although this is a very strong perk and can go pretty much into any build you want, it is from Meg. Meg is base game, do not touch this perk in the shrine, just go and level her up, you get it completely free, you don't have to waste a single shard on her. Our second survivor perk is Buckle Up. It unlocks the potential on one's aura reading ability. While healing a survivor in the dying state, you both can see their killer's aura. When completed healing a survivor from the dying state to the injured, the healed survivor gains 50% haste for 5 seconds and leaves no scratch marks during this time. Haste increases survivor's speed. This is what it looks like in game. Buckle Up is actually a very niche kind of perk and only really works if someone is slugging. DBD is updating its rules on slugging, and to be quite honest with you, you would never run this perk, because if you're getting close to someone who is in the dying state and you're getting slugged as a team, this is basically some kind of suicide and is really dangerous to use. I personally would stay away from it in my builds, but you may be a risky person, who knows. Whether you think this is strong or not, this is the only perk actually worth picking up this week from the shrine. That's because Ashley is a licensed character, which means the only other way that you can get his perks is if you buy him in full with real life money. 100% this is worth picking up. They may rework it because they're going to rework a lot of the perks to do with getting people up from the dying state and slugging and all that kind of stuff, so definitely worth picking up. Let's move on to the killer perks. Our first killer perk is Predator. When a survivor escapes a chase, reveal their aura for 4 seconds. This perk has a 40-second cooldown. This is what it looks like in game. Predator is a 9 out of 10 perk. It is unbelievably powerful. However, it's probably much more powerful with people who are newer to the game. So if you're a more advanced killer and you've played the game for many hours, you probably know roughly where people would go. You probably wouldn't lose them as easy, but it's still really good. Even if you're an experienced player like myself, you'd probably still want to use it on like a nurse or on a blight, a character that has a lot of movement speed and it's very easy to lose a survivor in a chase. Whether you think this is strong or not, this is from Wraith. Wraith is part of the base game. Do not go near this perk in the shrine. It is so disappointing that behaviour put this in here, along with the Meg perk. It's just really unforgivable that the one way that they get you to try new perks, they're trying to put perks that you already have in the game. It's really crazy. Our fourth and final perk is Devour Hope. When a survivor is rescued from a hook at least 24 meters away from you, Devour Hope receives a token. 2 tokens, you gain 5% haste, 10 seconds after hooking survivor with a duration of 10 seconds. 3 tokens, survivors suffer from the exposed status effect. And finally, 5 tokens, you grant the ability to kill survivors by your own hand, aka you mori them and you don't need to have a third hook state present. The hex effect persists as long as the related hex totem is standing. This is what it looks like in game. I'm going to give Hex Devoured Hope a 3 out of 10. I think that it has the possibility and potential of being a really strong perk, but as soon as it's cleansed, that's it. You can't get it back and you are playing with one less perk. And to be honest, the only way that this perk works is if you put it in a Hex build. So that means that all 4 of your perks are potentially going to be cleansed. That basically means if all 4 of them are cleansed, you are running perkless later in the game. However, it can be really strong, and if you make it work, it means that you can pretty much end a game within about 5 to 6 hook states. Whether you think this is strong or not, the Hag is one of the oldest killers that you can buy. You can buy her with your shards, and it's actually literally cheaper if you buy her with your shards and level her up with blood points rather than using your shards in the shrine and buying this one-off perk. So stay away from this in the shrine and go and buy her instead and get all 3 of her perks, which are actually pretty decent. So unfortunately, to recap this week, you just want to buy Buckle Up. Everything else you want to stay away from, it's just not worth your time. Thank you for watching this week's video. Hopefully we finally get a good shrine next week. See you then. Bye.